Well, my friends, today is June 20th, and this is my second talk for today. That's interesting, So some time ago, I didn't talk like a week. Like today, I speak for one day. It's interesting. It's an improvement for sure. And well, it's getting harder to think of a topic to talk about, and I don't know what I'm going to do next because it takes some imagination um, to come up with the idea for a new video. So maybe I'll invite more guests, more different people, and what else? Maybe I'll start retelling different stories. Maybe I'll start translating interesting Russian stories into English and then tell them. And we'll see how it goes because, well, my experience in my life and my life doesn't create so much experience, doesn't create so much fun. Well, it's usually like sitting at your computer and programming and learning and watching, so there's not much to talk about. So yeah, maybe I'll borrow from someone else or from something else to talk to you. And today I wanted to contemplate on an interesting topic, actually. The topic is, why are bad things so funny? Why are bad things so appealing, so interesting to watch? It's much more interesting to watch than decent, proper things. Okay, for many people and for me as well. Fortunately, not for all people. For spoiled people like me. And why is it so? So why I started thinking about it, because the other day I ran into this video channel. I stumbled upon this video channel, and I'm not going to tell you the name because you will go watch it and I don't want it. So it was about a guy who has a wife. He doesn't like his wife. He loves his wife and he hates his wife at the same time, kind of. And yeah, it was very funny. I watched all this channel. It never happens to me that I would watch a whole channel at once. Okay, there were mostly short videos, like 1 minute, 2 minute videos, and of course it wasn't that difficult to watch, but I watched the whole channel from A to Z, like maybe in the course of 3 or 4 or 5 days. So it was super appealing, it was super funny, it was new, it was unique. And then after watching 20 videos, I started thinking, why is it so funny? And mostly, this channel consists of bad things, and this behavior, this speech, these activities and events, they mostly consist of bad things. Okay, what do I mean by that? For example, drinking alcohol, so alcohol abuse, drugs, lying, constant lying to everything, to everyone. What's the word? Talking bad things about like marriage and married life. What else? Bullying, cursing. What else? Infidelity. And all that stuff, whatever bad things you can think of, they are there. You can find them. And there's no literally one moment which would be proper or decent to watch, which would be good, so from which we can learn something good, helpful, decent. And that's a bad thing, that's a pity, because that's what we watch and that's what we learn. That's what you learn is what you watch. What you watch is what you learn. What you read is what you learn. Because, well, we can think, hey, it's just a book, or it's just a video, just a movie. But Netflix, for example, take Netflix. So they push you to think in a particular way, and they force the whole society, in a particular direction. Not only them, not just Netflix, but they're a huge part of it. So they create this perception, what is good and what is bad. For example, LGBT. Now if you go to Netflix, like they start their movie from the scenes, like not in the end, not in the middle. They don't just subtly mention it or apply. No, they just say it directly in the beginning. I watched once this episode. So they just start with a gay guy and with a lesbian gal. They just start with it, and they push you to think that this is okay, or this is bad, or this is good. And well, this is what they do in this video channel. Okay. And why is it so funny? Yeah, I wanted to talk about. So, in Russia we have the same models, the same TV shows that sometimes they're copied. They're copied from American versions. And well, there are some TV shows with a family, and a father or someone from the family is drinking, is having drinking problems, drinking issues, and it's so funny. Sometimes drinking people are so funny. There are millions of stories about them, videos, and I don't know, why is it so funny? First of all, drinking. Why is it so funny? Well, because what I think is drunk people, they usually do stupid things. They say stupid things, they do stupid things. Of course, we're not going to talk about that they commit crimes. Well, very often they commit crimes, they kill people. They are involved in a drunk driving. So they kill people. And yeah, we're not going to talk about it. And they do stupid things. They do what they would never do in the sober condition. They would never do it. But now they do stupid things. They are brave. They are funny. They are, creative. So that's why they're funny, probably. And we have this perception that they are funny because we know it from the experience that you can expect anything from drunk people. You can expect like virtually everything. So they can just, jump off the roof. Well, it's not funny actually. They can just, I don't know. First of all, they even move funnily, right? When they move, their gait is like unstable, and they're like, their gestures, their movement, their talking, their speech. It's funny, but it's funny in the same time. It's not funny. It's actually very sad. Well, if you feel sorry for that man or for that person, sometimes I feel very sorry for them because they like they make them look like I don't know who, like what kind of creatures they are. So I can't even find words to describe it. So they make them look like, I don't know, like kids, like children. They have brain, they have mind, but they voluntarily don't want to have it. They voluntarily deny it and refuse to use it. So they say, I don't want this brain, I don't need this brain, I'm good without it, so I can live without it, it's fun, it's fine. I don't know, what are they saying? They're saying something like this: we don't need the brain. And people with the brain, they're dangerous. They're dangerous creatures. And yeah, and it's funny, in movies, in TV shows, in YouTube videos, it's funny. There are a lot of jokes, funny videos, and people laugh at them, but people should feel sorry for them, because there is a pity for a human being to be in such condition. They should be ashamed of themselves. So sometimes, it's an addiction, it's a problem. Yeah, I got it, and it's not good to laugh at these people, to tell bad things about them, to feel better than them, to feel superior to them. No, I'm not talking about this. We should feel sorry for them. We should try to help them somehow. Of course, if they want, because if they don't want, nobody can help them. So this part, lying, you know, if you think of any joke, I think 90% of the jokes are related to lying. And lying is so embedded in our behavior, in our, you know, entertainment. So Western culture, as you call it. So it's considered a normal thing. And you know, children start lying at the very young age of 3, 4. As soon as they start speaking, they start lying because they see from their parents. And lying. And what else? Yeah, like, you know, these bad relationships with your husband, with your wife. So a bad marriage. And it's so funny to have so many jokes in Russia about like bad wife or bad husband. Of course, maybe it resembles reality. That's what makes people laugh. So it looks so real. So maybe they have these situations all the time. But on the other hand, we'll learn from these situations. For example, all those jokes. And by the way, he invited, so the guy from this this channel, he invited some guests, and he told them like not to get married. Like, I don't recommend you get married, something like that. So he discouraged people from getting married, and it's bad. It's terrible. And if you look at this, well, I think one of the reasons, I think one of the idea of this channel, it works against the marriage, against the idea of marriage, against the idea of being sober and being, you know, wise and being free from any kind of drugs. By the way, there are many kind of drugs, and not just physical, but like this entertainment. It's also kind of a drug. And yeah, they discourage you from being married. It's so stupid. They show all those situations, and by the way, they discourage you to have kids as well, because I heard this, you know, from one TV show, then from one TV channel, then from another video. So maybe during 3 days I heard all these ideas. So that children, who are they? So why do you need them? They shit all over the place. They cry. They don't let you sleep. Well, you have to wake up in the night, at night, to help them, to take care of them. They create this image that being married, that getting married is stupid, is difficult, it's not fun, and this woman is disgusting. It's not, I know, it's not a woman actually, so it's not a real thing, because that's why I can say such things. And the image of this woman in this TV show is disgusting, I think, and the man itself is kind of, well, like a usual guy. Okay, let's say it. They're like usual people, that they're not beautiful at all. They're not pretty, and their relationship is terrible. So they fight, they argue. Well, and that creates this image of bad marriage, and that's what we hear from jokes very often. Well, that's what I thought, you know, maybe 10 years ago, the marriage. So immediately when you get married, like spouses become well, no, less beautiful, less pretty. They become, you know, maybe obese. They become lazy. They don't do nice things to each other. Don't give gifts, and all of that creates this image, especially for young and vulnerable individuals like kids and teenagers. Well, they see it, they laugh, but they also accept this image, accept this idea subconsciously. I'm not sure if they do it for purpose. No, some channels. Netflix is for sure. Netflix is doing it for purpose. I know 100% sure about that. But these YouTube channels, maybe they just follow along. They just copy these trends because it's trendy. You know, if it's popular on Netflix, well, it will be popular on YouTube. So you don't have to create something, you know, good, difficult, decent. Well, it's interesting. It's difficult to get popular with, because the more stupid the thing is the easier it is to make it popular, to advertise it, to promote it, to get lots of subscribers and followers. It's easier with bad stuff, it's stupid stuff. So yeah, you should just analyze. Sometimes when you watch something, you should analyze what you're watching and what the characters are doing and what they are what they advocate for. So what they're after. Just look at this. Look careful. Don't just laugh, without even thinking, without any consideration from your part. So don't do this. I think it changes you. It changes your line of thought. It changes your character, personality. So be careful. Don't let other, movie creators or entertainment creators change your personality. If you don't agree with it, of course. If you agree, if you're okay with this mindset that marriage is stupid and disgusting, that drinking alcohol is fine, and lying and drugs, if you agree with that. But if you don't agree with that, be careful with your entertainment. Okay, that's it for today. It was a little bit difficult to talk. Maybe I'll prepare and talk about it later, a little bit later. So I'll be better prepared and we'll talk about it one more time later. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.